What's going on, guys? Scott McLelland here, and we are now 14 weeks out till my show, UFE Halloween Mayhem. Basically, the last video I made was 18 weeks out, so I'll just bring you up to track about what's been going on for the last month. I know I'm just really crappy at making sure that these videos keep coming out, but you know, they'll start to get more and more involved now because things are change a little bit more often now. So 14 weeks out, the difference from 18 weeks out, basically I upped my cardio. So now I'm doing two 45-minute sessions of low intensity cardio, and then one 30-minute moderate intensity, and then one HIIT. And my macronutrients haven't changed at all. It's just a matter of increasing cardio. And this is actually totally different than what I'm used to, because typically for my contest I wouldn't really do that much cardio, or at least planned cardio. I wouldn't have a schedule for my cardio. Especially in my second show, I actually did no cardio at all, and it turned out fine. I was still a little bit younger, but so it actually feels really good. I don't mind doing cardio at all. I know a lot of people have problems, or they just don't like it as much, but I really just don't care as long as that I get it done. Typically I'll do my 45 minutes in the morning just to get it over with before work, and I never do my cardio on leg days. I'll do my 30-minute cardio session after my upper body today. And the reason why I don't do cardio any time before my workouts is because basically I definitely feel like I get more drained if I do it before. So, and it's probably not the best bet to do it right before training either. So that's that. You know, keeping it pretty simple. My training's still the same, just trying to keep my strength up. And one of the biggest indications, you know, if you're dieting down too fast, is if your strength starts to go down like considerably. Obviously you're gonna lose strength somewhere in the dieting process, but if you're losing strength too fast, you might want to look at your nutrients and see maybe if they're too low. So basically the strength's absolutely fine. The cardio is absolutely fine. Now the eating, as far as the eating goes, typically in my bulk I had around 420 grams of carbs and 80 grams of fat, and now I'm around 70 grams of fat, 70 to 75, and 325. And it's a difference. Like, obviously the 100 grams of carbs is a difference maker as far as volume goes for food and energy, but I'm not a big eater. Especially when it comes to dieting, it's almost like a mentality that I really, you know, those extra grams of carbs were almost a struggle for me. I find it very hard to get in all that food, and then there's some days where, you know, I wish I had more calories. But for me, the 325 grams of carbs is absolutely fine. They're going to drop probably very soon. But the one thing that I found is that, because the way that I'm dieting, it's not like a fasting method, but I just eat really whenever I want. But it's typically about 3 times a day, 2 or 3 times a day. So instead of the bro way of doing it, where you have like a nibbling pattern, you know, every 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, you would have to split those 325 grams of carbs up into like 8 meals. And that's really gonna bring the carb volume a lot lower for each of those meals, rather than for me, where, you know, my first meal today was almost like my micronutrient dense smoothie, and it was filled with, like, you know, all my spinach, my fruits, my antioxidants, phytonutrients, and then two scoops of whey. And that's when I like to get in most of my micronutrients. It's just a smoothie. I just blend a ton of stuff up, and it's extremely simple for me. So typically I'll have my morning smoothie, and then I'll have my pre-workout meal, which I'll actually videotape it and show you guys. It's nothing crazy, but it's basically like a rice, beef, or chicken or turkey, and broccoli. So for that meal, I'll get anywhere from about 80 to 120 grams of carbs. Now, if I was following the bro way of doing it, I would have to bring that down because you would almost need to space out the carbs so smaller meals, 8 times a day, 6 to 8 times. So you wouldn't be able to have that amount of carbs as a pre-workout. So that's why I like it. Even though I have restricted carbs, it's not like I'm restricting carbs enough where I can really notice it, because still 120 grams of carbs pre-workout is a considerable amount. So anywhere from 100, so let's say if I had 100 grams of carbs at this meal and then 50 grams of carbs at my shake, that still leaves me with like 175 grams of carbs for dinner time, or 150 grams if I had the 120, or for this meal I had 120 grams of carbs. So it would leave me with about 150 grams of carbs for dinner time, and that's a lot. You know, I can still sit down with people and enjoy it, rather than my old type of dieting where I actually wasn't able to, you know, I would cut carbs out at nighttime and stuff like that. So although I am dieting right now, it's not really feeling like dieting. I actually feel a lot better. My energy's always up. I do get hungry, but I'm fine with it. Like, I'm not one of those, I'll get grumpy probably, but I in no way do I really care if I'm eating less. I almost prefer it, because with the 3 eating 2 or 3 times a day, getting in that many carbs is a struggle, where typically I'll have to go to 4 meals or something like that, but or just eat more like Pop-Tarts or nutrient-dense foods. So everything's absolutely fine. Like although 18 weeks out to 14 weeks out, I've made some considerable, like leaning down, like I've lost weight, and I'm sitting around 190 right now, so I got another 14 weeks left to get down to anywhere from 178 to 180. I feel absolutely fine. Nothing's really changed. It's pretty simple for me right now. And then, like I said, as far as training, the one thing I trained with a big guy that I know, and you know, they definitely, you know, training with someone stronger than you, that's something that you might want to look at when you're dieting, because when you're dieting, it's very easy to lose intensity, or it's very easy to just say like, oh, you know, I'm tired, or I don't have enough energy. A really good thing that you might want to try is training with someone that's bigger and stronger than you, so that, you know, they're there to keep the intensity up. You obviously don't want to go too crazy on volume because you are dieting, but at least, you know, making sure that you're getting in the best possible workouts that you can. So so hopefully we get some filming for this training going that I'm doing today. I'm doing upper body today, and I'll keep the videos rolling. And thanks guys for watching. And you can hit me up on Facebook if you have any questions. I have a page on there. It's Scott McLelland Fitness Model, and or you can subscribe here and ask me any questions. So along the way, I'll get a posing video pretty soon, and just show you guys where I'm at right now, and then we'll keep it going from here. So thanks a lot guys for watching, and like here we're 14 weeks out from my UFE Halloween Mayhem show, and I just finished my upper body workout with 30 minutes of a moderate intensity cardio, and I actually want to give you guys a great tip on tricep training. And there's a lot of confusion about tricep training on very simple exercises like rope press down, for example. So this exercise is actually really great to hit the entire tricep. The only problem is people don't know how far to come up and how strict to keep their elbows. Now, in the case of the elbows, you don't have to keep them in to like almost like your 90-degree area. You can let them flare out and have a little bit of give. This will actually help you increase the amount of weight that you can press on your tricep rope press down. And as far as how far to come up, well, you don't want to stick to 90 degrees either, because the entire tension can come all the way up and then back all the way down. You want to actually extend your elbow fully. The reason why people said to stop at 90 is to keep constant tension. And that only applies if you actually have trouble keeping constant tension beyond that 90-degree area up. But if you don't, feel free to come all the way up as long as the tension is still on the triceps. And then come all the way down, extend the elbow, and just basically flex right at the bottom. So I'll show you on here.
what you want to do, shoulder blades back so the shoulders don't get involved. And then we're going to press all the way down, and then you don't want to flare it too much because that's actually the shoulder that's tensing up and not the tricep. As soon as it comes down, that's the entire contraction of the tricep. Any more than that is the shoulder. So shoulder blades back. We're going to elbows flare just a bit, and then down. So you want to come up, there's 90, just a little bit more, all the way down, squeeze, and I'm not trying to go like that to where you can see my shoulder gets flexed. You just want to keep it constant contraction on the tricep. So I hope that clears things up for the rope press down, and thanks for watching, guys. You can hit me up on Facebook, Scott McLelland Fitness Model, or subscribe to me and ask me any questions on here. So thanks for watching, guys.